everyone.
Oh, this is Mr. Hornsby 83 with a Mr. Hornsby 83. Basically, it's just something I came up with because breaking news, big news, wrestling news this week was that Destination America is going to cancel TNA, and also going to talk a little bit about that. Global Force Wrestling and what else? Also going to talk about another situation that's been going on YouTube for like the past couple months now, and how people's taking cheap shots at a certain channel because they were jealous of their channel. But first off, it's really sad to hear that TNA, that Destination America, is going to cancel TNA because TNA has really been doing some good stuff since they got on Destination America, but they're saying it's too expensive to pay for the show. That the show's not getting enough ratings for them to pay for it. Sorry about that. That the show's not getting enough ratings, and it's not worth, the price of what it costs to make that show. And this really sucks because now there's only one other competitor out there. I mean, you got Lucha Underground, and you got New Japan, and you got all these other promotions out there, but some people can't get access to some of these promotions, and you know WWE's just gonna pluck the talent from those promotions anyway. But but I think what's gonna happen with TNA is that they're gonna go on and probably get bought out by Global Force because it was reported not too long ago, I think on WrestleZone or something, that Global Force is going to do their first TV taping, and a lot of people are like, well, how are they going to do a TV taping when they got a network? And honestly, I think they do have a network. I think that Global Force and this network has kept it under wraps because of a certain situation they're having with another company on that network. And I think I think Global Force ends up on Spike TV by the end of this year because Spike TV was quick to cancel TNA last year and put their product off of there. And maybe their plans was to bring in Global Force because they probably feel like Global Force will be more of a success than TNA. And, but, I think if Global Force is going to be on Spike, and that's the network that takes them, and if TNA is truly done on Destination America, I think Global Force will buy up the rights to TNA, and they'll probably take some of the talent, guys like Bobby Roode, Austin Aries, who else? The Wolves. I think the Wolves will be there. Trying to think of some other people on the TNA roster. I think Lashley, he might go to Global Force, or he might just go back to Bellator. Let's see. MVP could be on Global Force. Drew Galloway, I hope if my theory comes out to be true and all that he ends up on Global Force and he becomes champion because he's a great wrestler. He's a nice guy, a manly person. I mean, heck, the guy met me once and talked to me like he knew me for like 10 years. And, and he deserves to be a champion. I think WWE really freaking dropped the ball on him, but that's WWE. They waste the good talent, and they want to give you garbage like freaking Roman Reigns and freaking John Cena. But, let's hope that changes. Also, one little WWE note I want to get to, and that is that this past Monday night on Raw, best part of Raw was Kevin Owens coming out and doing what he did to John Cena. That was great. And then what he did on the NXT TakeOver special was awesome too. But this is back to Global Force and TNA now. And if it does, like I said, if it turns out the way I think it's going to turn out, I think Global Force buys TNA, gets the talented guys like Bobby Roode and Austin Aries and that, the guys that deserve to still have a job. I think Jeff Hardy, Matt Hardy, I think will probably go back to, run their promotion that they've created because I think Jeff Hardy was gonna basically spend the rest of his career at TNA, and now that TNA may be going under, Jeff Hardy's probably gonna just, say, screw this, let's go run our promotion, and that's what's gonna happen. At least they got 13 years because it's supposed to be in at the end of September, so it'll be after the 13th anniversary, which Slammiversary, which I was thinking about getting, but I said no. I'm gonna get the Ring of Honor one because I want to see Jay Lethal versus Jay Briscoe, which is best in the world. I want to see Lethal and Briscoe go at it because they've kind of been building it up. Jay Lethal talked about he's the TNA champion. He's not saying TV champion, but he's not saying world champion either. But he's saying he's the TNA champion, and that Jay Briscoe ain't no champion. But Jay Lethal's just awesome. A lot of stuff he's done awesome. Now that I'm done talking about that and rambling on, but I want to talk about a situation that's been going on with YouTube. It started with some freaking, I guess some idiot false flagged the Bruce Blitz channel like a few months back. And when it first happened, I kind of, Bruce Blitz kind of said he wasn't going to fight it, and that what he eventually said he did fight it, and he won 2 and lost 2. When Bruce Blitz, when that first happened, I felt like he handled it the right way, because it was probably some troll that just was hating because they were probably a big John Cena fan or whatever, or freaking just don't like the fact that Bruce hates Cena or blah blah blah. But then not too long after that, we start getting guys like freaking Sean Sloan or whatever the fuck his name is, or Joe Cronus and Dark Horse and a bunch of other guys taking cheap shots at Bruce Blitz, calling him quitter, saying he's all about the money, just running their traps about somebody, which I think is very disrespectful. And the thing about it is, like I said, when it first happened, Bruce kind of handled it. And I subscribe to the channel because another YouTuber I follow that I interact with on YouTube, which is Mark Tynes. That's the main reason why I went to Bruce Blitz's channel. But then when I watched a couple of the videos, I liked their videos. They were pretty good, but yeah, and then Bruce